So we've built a lot. We've done a lot of internal work for, employees of FCM, as well as building customer things, Sam as an assistant and all sorts of things. So like, what are you most proud of over the work that we've been doing in our AI team?
I think that, from Sam, I'm proud that we kind of got on that early. Again, like I was saying, we were thinking about AI agents as it was starting to develop in the community. I think when we joined some of the frameworks that we use, we joined their like Discord and their community channels, and we were like, number 90 or something like that, which is pretty nice. And when they were a real small repository, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think in that with Sam, we kind of knew that agentic was going to kind of be a big thing. Understanding how to leverage the tools and integrate with all these other systems, and also keeping it secure. That was a big one too. There was a lot of, it's like, well, if AI has control of everything, what stops it from going and asking about all the user profiles or booking a flight for, just out of the blue? And there was something that we needed to address, and we came up with a good solution for it. So I think a lot of those, that monitoring it, understanding like what calls is it making, it gets complex. There's an infinite amount of questions that you can ask any AI, intelligence, and having it be able to give back an output that you would kind of expect and you can rely on. That is also something that we kind of pride ourselves on, being able to see all of these conversations and being able to make sure that we can then optimize the system so that it does answer properly and securely. So that was something I think we did a good job of, and we will continue to do a good job. I think there's other things that we have internally as well too, that we've improved over time, such as kind of like the guidance. We have these kind of like steps that we give it in order to take a request going from beginning to end. And we're slowly evolving those too. We realize that they're not linear. I mean, when you ask a question to an agent, there's multiple branches that could go across. They can, they can go and they can look up a vacation. They can look up, food places. They can look up whether or not you need a visa, stuff that's about your actual request, and stuff that they can actually give you that enhances the request. And I think that's something that as well that we've kind of done well.
I think the way we built it is just like as a horizontal AI layer that like sits across all customer touch points, whether it's in the agent workspace or in our proprietary OBTs or platforms or chat interfaces. Having that universal AI layer, I just think was kind of really good strategic decision we made early on to make sure that each interaction improves the next, no matter where the customer is, no matter who they're talking to, whatever, that this is sort of learning and optimizing and improving over time. So yeah.
Yeah. I think the hyper personalization is something that like everybody's starting to talk about it now. We were thinking about it back then. It's like we have multiple ways that you interact with us. So it's be voice, if it's, via email, chat, and all of those, we should be able to deliver the same experience, the same level of hyper personalization across all of those channels. So,
I think one of the other things we did really well was this is our patting ourselves on the back session, I guess. Like, we sort of identified that, as kind of mentioned during the failed pilot discussion, I think that, AI only works if it's a change across a business, if it's sort of more institutionalized. And so I think one of the things we've done well is we've created an AI advocate group where we've got people from across the whole business, all different disciplines. So we identified those that are heavy AI users that haven't waited to be taught things, that have really just kind of like jumped on, gotten excited and try to teach themselves, and created this sort of cross-disciplinary group who can help the rest of the business. And so this way, if someone from sales has a question about how to build an agent or how to write a prompt, they don't just come to us and have to wait for our availability. There's someone in the sales team who we've already identified as kind of being an advocate of this stuff. And so this just allows us to sort of like build this community and this sort of first level support where we've got employees and team members who love AI, who are very connected to us as an AI team, but are sort of like, they know their domains, they know their marketing or their account management domains, they're AI advocates, and they can really help spread the sort of AI best practices. They can help train and that sort of democratizing and not gatekeeping AI. I think that's a good approach. And we've seen customers when we've talked about the training we do. You and I are always recording sessions, how to best practices, all that. But then we also interview all these different people across the business. And we've had customers say they want to use our material to sort of like train their own employees because we've gone so in depth in all the different AI topics. So I think that enablement thing as a product and technical team, we've actually kind of taken on, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a tough space. I mean, there's so many innovations happening all the time that we have to share, even internally, right? No one person can keep on top of everything.